another episode of the Align Life podcast. This is the video format of this. So if you're not watching this on video, hey. If you are watching this on video, thank you so much for being a viewer and a subscriber to my YouTube channel, the Align Life with Malika. Those of you who have been following me for a while know that I have not been posting a lot of videos lately. Just trying to work on posting content when I really feel called to, so that's why. But other than that, let's get back to our episode, which we are going to be talking about ascension. I made a post on my Instagram talking about how I view ascension, because through the teachings that I've been taught from some very seasoned and well-studied astrologers, and I'll just call them spiritualists, they have actually talked about it in a way that I resonated with, and maybe you may resonate with that way as well. Because oftentimes when we think about ascension, we think about we're rising higher and higher and higher. And for some people, that may seem that you are doing something that is outside of yourself. And that is why I really resonate with this message that I posted about ascension actually being descension. So I know that there are going to be people that may not agree with me, but I would just ask that you hear me out fully before you make a comment, just so you know exactly where I'm coming from. So in my post, I basically said that we are actually not ascending, we are descending. Because when you go within to yourself, that's a descension. And when you go within that space, although you are expanding yourself and your awareness and your consciousness, which can make you feel like you are ascending because you are reaching higher states of consciousness and self-awareness, you're still within yourself. You have not ascended actually anywhere, but you've reached a higher state of consciousness and self-awareness through going within, and going within is a descension. It's not an ascension. And I learned this through a astrologer that I watch. I believe his name is his name is Timothy, but his channel is like Rasa something, and I can't remember the rest. I might link it down below. But he talked about this. He talked about this when we were back in Cancer season, and he talked about how often people talk about ascension, but when you are ascending, you are actually going within, so you're actually descending to get into your cosmic womb, so to speak, the infinite space within yourself that is dark, that is expansive. And the more that you explore that space within yourself, because you are going within, because you are kind of not disconnecting from your physical body, but you're more so connecting with your soul, with your unhoused essence. You are descending. And in this community, we talk a lot about ascending. Oh, I'm ascending, I'm awakening, we're going to 5D, we're going to 6D, 9D, whatever the Ds are. But I just found it helpful because I'm an out of the box thinker, everybody's not going to agree with me just off rip. And I usually have the most different opinion in every space that I'm in. But I'm still going to share it because I think it may help people understand better. Not everybody's going to see it from your perspective. What we are talking about is the same. We are raising our awareness, we are raising our consciousness, but you're talking about it from an ascension standpoint, and I'm talking about it from a descension standpoint. And what I like to do is break things down, abstract concepts down into actually digestible information. Because it say that somebody's just starting their awakening or their spiritual journey, or however you want to say it. I am a firm believer that your life journey is your spiritual journey. It's not separate for me. So you're actually, when you're becoming more aware of yourself or more aware of your spirituality, it's not something outside of yourself. It's your life journey. Everybody's on their life journey. So your spiritual journey is your life journey. But anyways, I want people to be able to see it from a standpoint that maybe they haven't heard it before. So what is going within? Going within to me is when we get into a very still, meditative space and we begin to feel maybe the tingles in our body. Maybe we begin to feel our heartbeat from the inside out, as even though it's a slow down heart rate, we hear it more deeply because we're in a calmer state. Also, I feel as though going within is when you begin to kind of get that space in between, like, your thoughts and who you actually are within, and where you observe yourself. So that's what I'm talking about, when you begin to be able to observe yourself, and then you will begin to notice that you are being observed. So I call this the cosmic womb. I call this the infinite, the darkness, because it's dark within, and the more time you spend there, the more it expands, and you begin to hear different things or feel different things, learn different things. You're able to observe in a more profound way. You're able to connect deeply with your soul, we'll even just throw out there Akashic records, which is basically information, wisdom that you garner from your many lifetimes that you've lived, not just here on earth, but all of your lifetimes. I'm getting into weird territory for those of you who are new to this, and you may not even believe in this, but this is my belief, and I'm not pushing it on you. I'm just sharing how I view this. So when you're going within, that's how I view that. And you are broadening your expansion, and you're connecting to that greater essence, because God is the infinite source, God, spirit, whatever you choose to call the creator, the universe. I do not care. It is up to you. For me, I usually go back between source and spirit. But you begin to realize that you are connected to everything, and that you are literally, God is moving through you. That's why we say that we are God. We are not like God, but God is moving through us. So we have some of those God-like essences and capabilities, but I'm not going to go too deep into that. So that's what I mean about going within. And the more you go within, the more expansive you cultivate. The more expansive your inner world becomes. There's a lot of things that can be said about this inner world. This is where you cultivate healing. This is where you cultivate inner knowing, wisdom, self-love. This is where you cultivate a communication between you and your spirit guides, or you and source, or you and your guardian angels, you and your ancestors. Like, I don't know why I said it like that, but you and your ancestors, right? And this is actually where that higher awareness comes from. Now, are you connecting crown chakra to a higher source of information? Yes, but it is coming down. It is a descension coming down into you through the crown, into your body. And some call this downloads. And these downloads come through you and they communicate to your DNA. I like to say that's my belief, my personal belief. And that's how those messages start to flow, or those inner knowings just start to go and flow. So that's why I say that you are not ascending, you are descending. But through descending, you are ascending to higher states of awareness and consciousness. And so I hope that that helps you understand it in a more digestible way, because I think in this community, a lot of people get spiritual ego, I'll just put it that way, and they want everything to feel like it's some thing that is I don't even know how to describe it, you guys. To me, they make it seem like it's something that is just reachable yet unreachable. And I say unreachable because some people are, like I said, new to this journey, and they just want easy, digestible information. We have to learn how to break it down. And for all my human design people that have came to this channel because I did that video about the human design, yes, I am a projector 5/1, so obviously I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but I don't even follow that anymore. But I'm just saying, like, yes, that is why I like to bring things, abstract concepts, and make them digestible, make them more understandable to a person who doesn't have the correct knowledge. And honestly, I think some of you don't even have the correct knowledge, and that's up for debate, obviously, because we have our own way of processing information. But I'm speaking to the people that's going to be resonating with this, because they get what I'm saying. It makes it more easier, because I think we get to talking about ascension, and then people just think that it's something that is outside of them, that is like these higher states of awareness and things, but they don't talk about how to get there, and how you get there is going within. So I hope that that makes sense for all of you, and let me know your thoughts down below. How do you view this topic? Did I break it down in a way that was more easily understandable for you? Do you kind of get how to get there now? I want to talk more about these topics. Something I've kind of like, oh, I'm not going to talk about that. But now I'm in a state, in a place where I'm going to talk about that, because it's a part of who I am, you know, it's a part of what I do. So yeah, I enjoyed this talk. I hope you did too. If you are watching on the podcast, you can reach out to me via the Aligned Life with Malika on Instagram, and that's the Aligned Life W Malika. And here on YouTube, everything's in the description box, as well as podcast, you can go to my landing page and figure out how to connect with me there too, as the information is there. I wish you guys nothing but all the happiness and in the world, and I will see you next time. As always, peace and love. Bye.